And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. Hope you're doing really well, guys. Keep those cameras in the skies. I feel like the footage is going to ramp up as the UK gets warmer. The sun is starting to shine out a little bit more frequently. I fully expect to be inundated with footage in the coming months, guys. So that's why you should subscribe to the channel, because you never know when the gold is going to come in. And I guarantee you will get some this year, guys. I'm fairly confident of that. Today's video, it's going to be a short one. We're going to talk about dimensions. Well, I'm not going to talk about it. A kiddo is going to talk to you about it. And I'm sure you've all seen the video before, at least a small clip. I'm going to play you the full 9-minute clip of this kiddo talking about dimensions. 1D, 2D, 3D and 4D. Really, really interesting, guys. So I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start off with this real quick. UFOs around the world. Here we go again. Wonder if people have decency to apologise for attacking people. And that was directed at me, because I was one of the first to give them a lot of shit for calling them out on their little grift that they tried a few weeks ago. Basically, Mark Christopher Lee's received this email, supposedly, okay? Wasn't sure whether to share this, but just received this update from one of my sources. I fucking hate that word. Make of it what you will. No mention of May 1st press conference or Trump's July 8th speech. There continues to be considerable pushback from certain elements who control the UFO agenda from getting true disclosure. I have tried to use my influence, but what will be released will be superficial, blah, 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 Robert Bigelow. Okay? I'm not too sure why he said one of my sources here when he names the source here. It doesn't make sense, okay? It was like the previous interview with UFOs around the world, where he was portraying that he's going to be scared and that he didn't want to give out his source's name. And then within minutes, with terrible acting, mind, totally agreed with what UFOs around the world was saying, his guess, okay, that it was Robert Bigelow. And it was so cringe to watch, honestly, and it was such a bad setup, all in the name of creating clout. I called it out straight away, because I can see through bullshit like that in a heartbeat. I've been in the business long enough to know who's talking shit and who isn't, right? And so I don't mean to give this much clout, but he has asked if I've got the decency to apologise. And what I will say to that is no, I'm not going to apologise for keeping my integrity, first of all. Second of all, shouldn't it be you guys apologising for A, trying to mislead the public, and B, and this is what really upsets me and pisses me off, you guys are from the UK. Why aren't you pushing UK evidence? There is no talk of UFO disclosure in the UK at the moment, other than the odd news bulletin, right? Why aren't you guys pushing the real evidence in the UK so that people can jump on it and go, do you know what, we need to start recording? Why is it you're just feeding the names, the big names in the USA, and following the agenda just like everyone else, just so that you can get numbers? You're not actually doing anything productive for disclosure, mate. And so you need to apologise, because there is evidence out there from the UK which should be blown up. It should be pushed out there to the public. And you're just not doing it, mate. You're just not doing it. You're having different guests on all the time, just like all these other podcasters, right, and YouTubers. They're all getting the same guests on. And look, no disrespect to Casper Site last night. I love the guy. He had fucking Jon Stewart on last night. Jon Stewart. One of the biggest grifters in the community. What's he doing getting him on and having him on for 2 hours? Look, it's up to Ben. If he wants to have that guest on, absolutely fine. I haven't lost any respect for Ben having him on, right? But Jon Stewart, of all people, he's a fucking grifter. Just like Eddie Abbott. And I won't ever have Eddie Abbott on my show again. Ever. Because he openly said, I want to make money off of this. It's okay if you want to make money off of this, but you actually need to have some information. You actually need to have done some research. You need to actually prove yourself in the community before you can go, you know what, I'm going to make a substantial amount of money off of this. At least with Ben, he turned around at the very start of his YouTubing career. He wasn't an advocate for disclosure. He just wanted to do the scary waries and the spooky bookies, and he managed to, and he said, I want to become a millionaire from this. Absolutely fine, mate. All credit to you. But if you're going to have Jon Stewart on the show, your watch time from me was about 2 seconds. And that's because I don't like the guy. He's a fucking grifter. So, look, long story short, UFOs around the world, you need to apologise to the UK, mate. You need to start putting out real evidence so that the UK can start talking about this in a serious way. That's what I think. Mate, maybe I got it completely wrong, but I'm not apologising to you for keeping my integrity. Anyway, moving on. Alright, on to UFO Mania, the kid who explained the fourth dimension, then vanished. A kid called Danny walks people through the 1D, 2D, 3D and then hits the leap. How a 4D intelligence would see straight through our world in the same way we would see straight through paper. He explains how perspective lies to us, how we never see the world as it actually is, and how a higher dimensional observer would watch every layer of our lives at once. Freaky, right? He doesn't stop there. He goes on diving deeper into tesseracts and curved dimensions, nested universes stacked inside bigger ones, exactly the kind of thinking physicists study and the kind NHI already operate in. Right after uploading the video, this kid just disappeared. Gone. No follow-ups, no socials, literally no trace. And guys, this was some years ago, before social media really was blowing up. I do remember the video. Okay, I don't know how long ago it was. I would say at least 10 years. Let's have a listen to what the kid's got to say, and hopefully we all learn something from it. Let's go. Same thing with UFO analysis, guys. I've done it in the past where I've gone, look at that saucer. I mean, check the one we found in Wales, right? In my opinion, with the 3 lights, the way it was, and the light on the top, it looked like a dome, okay? But it also had a red light coming off of it to one side, like an attachment. And someone put in the comments, that could be a triangle. And I went, yeah, it could be, because the rest of it's so dark, we can't actually see the shape or size of it. So we just viewed it the only way we could, right? But in reality, it could have been multiple different shapes and we wouldn't have known. Mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. I was trying to keep up with him. He lost me about 2/3 of the way through, to be honest with you. What I noticed from the clip itself, and this is just me with my investigating mind, his top changed a few times, which means he probably took all day to get this video done, or took 2 days, you know. Clever chap. The voice really doesn't go with his face. He's got a much older voice.
Let's say that an object was to grow in perfect equilibrium, so that it was growing at the same speed that it was shrinking as you move it farther away.
Maybe he's just a bit older than what he really looks. Maybe he's like 13 and his voice dropped early or something. I don't know. Seems like he's got quite an adult voice for someone who's really young, you know? That's my take on it. Really cool. Thanks very much to UFO Mania for sharing it. It was nice to see the whole clip again and to share it with you all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on all of it. It's absolutely mind-boggling. Are there an infinite amount of dimensions? I don't know, man. I'm trying to get my head across 1, 2, 3 and 4. Never mind 5, 6, 7 all the way up to an untold number. But he makes some really good points. And the reason why I wanted to show it, because we have to use the same techniques and we have to take in the same thought process when we're analysing UAP evidence, guys. Really unfortunate the kiddo just went missing or, you know, disappeared, whatever. Hopefully he's all right. Took him a few days, actually, to make this video. He's wearing a blue t-shirt there, then a lighter blue t-shirt towards the end. So at least took him a day or a couple of sessions to get this video done. He makes some key points as well with objects and how they move away and grow bigger and bigger or smaller and smaller, and how you wouldn't be able to perceive whether they were actually moving at all, should an object be doing that. Really clever. We are dealing with the highest, most advanced technology in existence when it comes to UAP stuff, as far as we're aware, okay? And it is that advanced that they would be that clever, guys. But imagine if the UFO could actually change the size of its craft itself, and it was moving to and from. We wouldn't know shit, would we? And this is why it's very hard for us to sort of work out on camera, guys. But look, for the most compelling evidence, watch this video, like and subscribe to the channel. As always, we do need your support. Support the public's evidence, support disclosure. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, all the best, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.